What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be going over the game day report for the Dolphins and Lions. Jesus, this injury report is insane. Them too, really. The injuries this year across the league feel like it's been just insane. But it looks like Teron Armstead's good. Yeah, he did practice a little bit Thursday. That's interesting. He almost never practices. So that means he's definitely good, and it says so. Clayton and Xavier Howard, I assume, will play. We need them to. I didn't even realize that Clayton had an injury. Again, I don't know why they put, vet rest guys on the injury report. I mean, I guess they miss a day of practice, so they have to, but still weird to me. I assume that Durham Smythe will probably go, which will be nice. He might be on a bit of a pitch count, but I think he'll probably play. Tanner Connor. If Durham Smythe plays, Tanner Connor may as well just be inactive. I don't think he'll play a whole lot. If Agba had full participation Friday, I assume he'll play. Thomas Morstead, he was sick? Well, shit. He had limited participation Friday. I hope he plays. Not like we have a backup punter, do we? River Craycraft is out, yeah. That we did know. Okay, so we'll get into the Lions in a moment. Okay, so we did bring up Braylon Sanders as a wide receiver for River Craycraft being hurt, and I did see some people kind of upset by it because Eric Izukama, who's the receiver we ended up drafting earlier, well, during the draft. Jesus, I'm just waking up. My bad. And I can understand that, wanting to see the guy you drafted, actually get out there and actually play. And I would like to see that too. But Braylon Sanders had a much better camp and preseason and has a bit of a rapport with Tua. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And I assume that Braylon Sanders, I don't think we would bring him up from the practice squad just to leave him off the 46. I just don't. I assume he will be active. But I think one thing, too, is that Braylon Sanders has the potential to do some special team stuff where Eric Izukama probably doesn't. So I think that might play a bit of a factor. But also, I know we were kind of talking about, on Twitter and stuff, about, Braylon Sanders replacing River Craycraft for the game. And that's cool and all. But what I would like to do, because Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Trent Sherfield are our starting receivers for real. I would just like River Craycraft's snaps to go to Cedric Wilson. Because they both usually get between 10 and 15 snaps a game. I would just rather Cedric Wilson get 30. I think that's something that'll be fine. And if Braylon Sanders needs to be there as a depth guy and maybe play a little bit of special teams, I think that sounds good. So that's my thought. If Durham Smythe can't go, Hunter Long will get some more play time because without Smythe here, Hunter Long is probably our best blocking tight end. Gesicki and Tanner Connor aren't particularly good at it. Tanner Connor is just too small at the moment. So that's my thought there. As far as the offensive line goes, I hope this isn't true. I would hope that Brandon Shell would just start over Greg Little. Let me see if the Dolphins website says no. The Dolphins website says Brandon Shell is starting over him. Okay. But it doesn't have Braylon on there yet. Okay. I just wanted to check that. Like I said, I assume Emmanuel Ogbah will probably play. I would probably like to bring up an edge rusher, though, especially if Emmanuel Ogbah's hurt. I really would like to bring up somebody. Maybe Cameron Good. This could be a good time for to try him out. That'd be my play. Because we're without Trey Flowers as well. He's on IR. And if Agba is hurt, I mean, if he's going to be good to go, then it's not needed. But if he's either not going to play or is going to be on a pitch count, then I would probably like to just bring up Cameron Good just to have a little bit of depth at edge. That's just kind of my thought there. Yeah, the safety situation is kind of tough. Justin Bethel plays more corner than safety. What we were kind of doing, because Eric Rowe, I thought, was just going to come in and replace Brandon Jones, and that might be the case this week. But last week, what we were doing is on plays where we needed our strong safety in the box, we would bring up Clayton, and he would kind of take care of those duties. And then when we needed him, actually back in coverage, we would bring in Verone McKinley. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do a little bit more of that. And Eric Rowe, I don't know what we're going to do with him. But also, I think Eric Rowe is good enough to just go ahead and play. I assume that Thomas Morstead's probably going to play, considering we haven't made a move for a punter. I feel like if the Dolphins thought that there was a real chance of him not playing, I feel like we would have done something by now to go get a punter for the week. At least I would hope so. So, anyway, let's look at the injury report again so we can look at the Lions. Deshaun Elliott. Just looking at their DBs first. Mike Hughes, Chase Lucas, Ifitu Melifonwu. Like, that's a lot of DBs out. And what about their IR? I know they have a lot of receivers on there. Yeah, Tracy Walker's already on IR, as is Bobby Price. So, yeah, they have a lot of injured DBs. So, I definitely want to attack that. But we'll start with their offense. Matt Nelson, offensive lineman's out. Jonah Jackson. I assume he'll probably play if he had limited participation Thursday and Friday. Full participation Friday for Monroe St. Brown for a concussion. I would assume he'll go if he had full participation. But we will have to monitor that. Okay. Looks like they did bring up Maurice Alexander from the practice squad as well, which makes sense. But if Monroe St. Brown doesn't go, these receivers are pretty suspect. They do have some pretty decent weapons. DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams are two really solid running backs. And Josh Reynolds and Khalif Raymond are, decent guys too. But without Amon-Ra St. Brown to be their number one guy, I think that's going to be pretty exploitable. TJ Hawkinson, very, very good tight end. He's actually probably my favorite tight end I've ever watched on this channel. Breaking him down for the draft anyway, even over Kyle Pitts. But that's just my thought. And I know there are rumors of him being traded, and I would love to have him. That's for sure. If Jonah Jackson doesn't go, I just assume Coyote would step in. I would imagine. Without Charles Harris, it'd probably be a rotation between Julian Aquara and Austin Bryant, I would imagine. This defense is very exploitable, in my opinion. Like I said, the DBs are atrocious. Like, they're on their third free safety. Kirby Joseph is also a rookie. I think it was Illinois, was the college. Let me see. Am I right about that? Yeah, Illinois. I thought that was the same player. Solid player, but I do think he's exploitable. Jeff Okudah's been having a pretty decent season. Will Harris is solid. But I do think these DBs, especially in their safety room, are very, very exploitable. Their linebackers aren't that crazy. Neither is their D-line. Charles Harris is out, like I said. Liam McNeil's a good nose tackle. Aiden Hutchinson, really, really good rookie, obviously. But I think we can exploit them. I just do. So, do they have any more DBs they could bring up? Because I probably would if I was them. Doesn't appear so. They have a lot of receivers. They actually did bring Maurice Alexander up, it looks like. And Stanley Berryhill. I'm not familiar with him at all. I do remember Josh Johnson from Tulsa, though. Okay. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's probably going to do it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.